Shivers ran through my spine with the freezing moonlight. It's long after midnight, but my eyes are open wide. Dying of inner pain, I can hardly feel it. Maybe I've gone insane, but it seems like your voice is calling my name. It's calling my name. It's calling my name. Wake me up from my dreams, full of sadness and tears. And I know you can save me. I know you can set me free. Burning down all my past, living it all behind. And I know you can save me. I know you can set me free. Free, 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 free. My spine with the freezing moonlight. It's long after midnight, but my eyes are open wide. Dying of inner pain, I can hardly feel it. Maybe I've gone insane, but it seems like your voice is calling my name. It's calling my name. It's calling my name. Wake me up from my...
Good morning, my YouTube family. I hope you are all having a fantastic day like me. I am having a very good day. It's very sunny. Actually, I am in England, and I know you're wondering why am I saying it's sunny and I have like something like a sweater on. It is because I am a Kenyan in UK, so I am always feeling cold. Can we just take a moment to appreciate my natural eyebrows, guys? Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's not about the eyebrows today. I am going to be talking about a very important topic about how I managed to own my first property before the age of 30. So first, I am going to share with you the important applications on my phone that has helped me achieve my goals. Those applications help me in saving. I am a great saver. My mom can tell you that. My mom is a witness. When I was younger, I used to save my money in some these things that we call kafuls. It's a small tin like thing that only has a hole at the top, and I just used to throw my coins for my lunch and breakfast. One time somebody broke my kaful and took all my money, but I never gave up. So I will share with you the applications that I use. So the first application that I would use is called Happy Hour. This is for weekends and special evenings. It basically, it helps me to know exactly when and where there are deals, helps me to know exactly where and when there is a clearance sale and where there is deals like buy one, get one free. For example, during Tuesdays, terrific Tuesdays. If you are so much into savings, you can take a friend with you. They sell one pizza, and then you get one pizza for free, about 1,000 Kenya shillings. So if you go with a friend, you will manage to get 2 pizzas at 500 bob each, if you get what I'm saying. Second application, for my accountability, I use PesaDroid. This one works with Safaricom to compile like my messages and show me exactly what I have been spending, where and when. So that one helps me just for accountability to track my spendings. For sticking to my budget, I use Mint, MINT. This one creates weekly and monthly budget, so I'm not just spending money on anything I see. You know, sometimes we ladies, when we pass somewhere, you see some nice shoes, you want to buy handbags, you want to buy. With my Mint, trust me, it keeps me on track. And these 3 applications can be found on Play Store. I don't know about Apple Store, but you can find them on Play Store. If you know any other applications that I can use for my savings, please comment down below and tell me. Let me know. Share with me, because I have shared with you my 3 applications that I use. So now, straight into how I went about buying my property. When I'm talking about property, I know there is a lot of properties out there, but I am being specific. When I was buying my piece of land in Kenya. You know, when you're buying a piece of land in Kenya, there are a lot of conmen or some people who are just not so good when you're buying property. So for that fear of being conned, your hard-earned money, you have to do it the right way. For me, I used a company called Username Investments Limited. You can find them on Facebook. Disclaimer, the video is not sponsored by anybody. I am just talking out of my experience, and I am not a lawyer. I am not I don't know how to deal with these land things, but this is just how I went through buying my property, and I am talking out of my own experience. So first and foremost, I identified where I wanted to buy my property. I went through Username's page, and they had plot in Nakuru, plot in Nakuru, Naivasha, Kangundo. But for me, I chose Ngong, properties in Ngong, because I am born in Kajiado and I don't want to go outside Kajiado. I feel safe at home. So I knew that I wanted to buy my property in Kajiado County, and Ngong is it's a very nice place for me. So I identified it, and then I asked the owner of Username, who is Ruben Kimani, to send me a copy of his title of his title deed, because he owns the property. So I want to know exactly who the owner is of this property. So I asked for the title deed so that I could be able to do a search at the Ministry of Lands and confirm who the real owners are, or if the title deed has any caveat on it. The search will cost you something, but it depends on the county where you're purchasing your land. So I'm not sure how much you will pay. Point number 2, I did a search with the local authorities to check if there was any unpaid land rates. If there was any, I would have agreed with the owner of the property who is going to settle that, because the title cannot be transferred if there are any unpaid rates. So you have to be sure that it doesn't have any unpaid rates. Then I went to the Ministry of Lands and I bought 2 maps, one showing the exact measurements of the piece of the land that I was buying. It's called mutation, and one showing the neighboring lands. So some counties will charge you for that, so I am not sure of the amount, but it's maybe say between 350 to 500 Kenya shillings. That is very important. And then with your 2 maps, you can take a lawyer with you, but you can even do it yourself. Visit the land you are buying and verify the details on the map. Check out the beacons, make sure that the beacons are there. I went for a site visit with Username. They have offices in Westlands, in Nairobi, Nakuru, I don't know. So they always meet in town, CBD, Nairobi. They pick everybody up with their own buses and then they take you for the site visits. They conduct site visits every Wednesdays and Saturdays. But for me, since I don't live far from Karen, so they pick me from Karen and then we go via Ngong and then we go for the site visits. So I will insert some clips of how I went for my site visit, and I absolutely loved the area. Ngong is a very nice and peaceful place. So let me tell you a short story. First of all, when I went to buy my property, I went with a friend. We were just shopping to see where is the good place to settle. And now when we went for that site visit, my friend was like, oh no, this place is so far. And I almost gave up because she never liked it. But the second time I decided, so she gave up completely. The second time, something just kept telling me, no, I have to do something about it, because I can't afford to buy land in Karen. I can't afford to buy land in Runda. And I decided to take my sister with me. And when I went with my sister told me, you know what, this is a very good place. And so I saw people grabbing the plots, running to Username, because we were with the Username staff members, and guys were just running to buy the plots. And then I was just stood there watching, like people were grabbing lands like maembe kwa soko or avocados. And then all of a sudden I just decided, hey, I put a deposit immediately, and I was given a land number. So I was happy. It's just next to the road, and you all guys know the developments that are going on in Ngong now that there is SGR phase 2A that is about to be launched, and there is highway, the one which is going to pass through Ngong to Suswa. There is electricity, there is water. So what else do I need? An old man once told me that when he was younger, the plots were so cheap in a place like, let's say, Ongatarongai. The plots were very cheap. Like 1 acre used to go for 100k Kenya shillings, and that time he did not buy it. But his sister or his relative bought 5 acres of land at in Ongatarongai for 500,000 Kenya shillings. But now, damn, you can't afford a property in Ongatarongai. They are so expensive. So I told myself, you know what, the world is owned by the risk takers, and I have to be a part. I want to be a landowner. So what do? It is a suitable place for me in Ngong, so why not go for it? And I went for it, and the place is growing really well. The site visit is very important. Please go for a site visit. And then after you are done with your site visit, sit down with the seller and bargain the price. Write down an agreement at the presence of your lawyer, but you can also do it yourself if you're confident enough that you want to do it. You can just do it by yourself. And if you decide to do it with a lawyer, know that a lawyer will charge you. It's if the value of a land is below 1 million, you are going to pay about 3k. If the land is above 1 million, you pay about 8K for the agreement. The reason why I am saying about is because I don't know how much exactly your lawyer is going to charge you, and I am not responsible. So around. And then after you're done with the agreement, you have to pay some amount. Don't pay everything, just pay some amount first, because you never know, the deal might go tits up. So just take your time, pay a bit of amount, and you will complete to pay the others as time goes on. And then I think this is point 7, book a meeting with the Lands Control Board, LCB, that is the short form. They meet once a month. It will cost you about 1000 Kenya shillings, but there is a special LCB meeting which you can book at 5K. That is a special one. And the LCB will issue consent for the land to be sold. So if the LCB says no, you can't go on with the deal. If the LCB says yes, you can continue with the process of buying your land. And now this is where you pay the remaining money. After the LCB says yes, you can continue buying the land. If the LCB grants you permission, this is now where you pay the rest of the money. But remember why I told you not to pay the whole amount. If you pay the whole amount and then the LCB say no, you can't sell the property or you can't buy the property. So yeah, take your time slowly. Land is not going anywhere, it's there. Now, with the consent from the LCB, a recent search, not more than 6 months, clearance from county land rates, your 2 maps, the agreement, KRA pin, 2 and a copy of the title deed. Proceed to the Ministry of Lands to change the ownership. That will cost about Kenya shillings 5,000, around there. And then I think this is stage 10. Yeah, at this stage you no longer need the seller. Now go ahead and pay the stamp duty. You can do it yourself. Now the land belongs to you if the ownership has been changed. But before celebrating, go back to the land ministry and confirm that the details have changed and that the property is in your name, that the property belongs to you. And now you can start celebrating. I hope you have learned something. That is how I went about purchasing my property with username. The process was very easy. I never had to do so many of those processes alone, because username was there to help. And the prices of their lands are quite fair and affordable. So I found my experience was very straightforward, very smooth. Title deed took around 3 months to be out. I have 2 title deeds actually. Username is Bay, I tell you. With username, this is their name. If anyone wants to check them out, yeah. So this is where they inserted my title deed, and when the title deed is ready, they call you to go and pick, or they sent you a message to go and collect it. Make sure you get also your sales agreement. Here is my sales agreement. This is my title deed. The good thing about username is that you can pay by installments. They give you a till number there. And do you see these receipts? These are all the receipts from username. I have so many because one property I paid cash, another property I had to pay by installments. So that is the good thing about buying property by username. So this is the original title deed. You can see there. Give you the stamp. There. So I am a proud landowner. I have my 2 title deeds with me. And when you pick your title deed, there they give you that. This is a map of where you can be able to know where your property is. They also give you this to be able to tell where your property is. And when I started investing with username, they gave me a specific contact person whom whenever I had a problem, whenever I had questions, I used to run to ask, and her name was Esther. She was a very nice lady. I am that stubborn customer, and sometimes I used to ask her like a million times, Esther, when do I have my title deed? When do I go for site visit? I used to be so stubborn, but she was very patient with me. Congratulations, Esther. I really enjoyed my time, the time that I interacted with you. And username are legit. If you are looking for a legit company, username is the place to go. They are so nice, affordable, like I told you. I am not talking because they told me to talk about them or they are paying me to do so. No, they are not. I just want to help some people there who are looking for a genuine company to work with, because I know so many people have been conned in the name of purchasing property. And so I don't want to mention names, but some people have really lost their money. I feel so sorry for them. But something told me username is a good company, and I did my due diligence, and I knew that I am settling with username. Then, like I told you earlier, sometimes you just have to take the risk, and the world is owned by the risk takers. Don't wait to buy land and wait for it to appreciate. Thank you, and have a lovely day.